Hi, folks. I got some cool feedback here. Oh my god, that's great. Hello, hello. Hi, this is the October 10/10/2012. Why are you clapping in my ear? She's laughing in my ear. And by the way, whoever lost this Mickey Mouse hat in the vicinity of, well, California and Nevada and Arizona area, um, go ahead, give me a call. I'll be happy to return it. God, been typing a little while here. Feeling a lot better. If you just want a minute. Whoa. Hey, I got a bee on me. Living in the classic English cat. Okay. This is a health check type thing. Sodium chloride. Thank God for Jim Humble and all that. That cough is odd, isn't it? Okay, better. Otherwise, oh God, how many drops is that? What are you nuts? Ah. Okay, here's the deal with sodium chloride. As with anything, you can OD on it, and I'm sure it's going to take a lot because I've already drank a lot right now, and if I'm not dead, that means I probably have about 15 drops of this stuff in a cup. And what you do is you put your drops start off very slow, like 2 or 3 drops, 4 drops, something like that, and you put 6 to 1 drops of citric acid, 10%. So that means you take 1 teaspoon, throw it in the little cup, and then take 10 teaspoons or 9 teaspoons rather, and throw them in your little shot glass, whatever. Mix it up. That's citric acid, and sodium chloride. Basically, you just fill up a hopper for a coffee pot, like you were going to make a pot of coffee, and use that little string there. Throw this stuff in, and make a pot of coffee. And it all melts. Make it level to the top. It all melts down into the coffee pot. Whatever doesn't melt, just throw it in there. And what happens is it's the right temperature. It's nice, everything. It's all groovy and stuff. But you just leave it in there, let it sit until it cools down, and give it a few hours to melt, like 5, 6 hours. And then it's out of that solution there that you can take drops of it, and just like out of an eyedropper type thing, and place that into like a cup and drink it with 6 to 1. And what you want to do is if you put 3 drops of the sodium chloride in there, then what you want to do is take 6 to 1 of the solution of citric acid I just told you about and put it in. That would be 18 drops of citric acid as an example. So, and you let that sit for about 3 minutes. It'll start changing color on you. You'll notice a noticeable change in color. And when it changes color, it'll go to a nice, yellow type stuff, but light yellow. It's just depends upon the purity of your water as well. This is used to purify water, all kinds of things. But when you take the citric acid to it, they call it stabilized oxygen. And what it does is it actually just knocks the heck out of pretty much most of your biological menaces that have taken over your body somehow. If that has happened to you, unfortunately, there's no way to get around things. Because no matter where you go in this world, you can run, but you can't hide. There is elements like aspergillus that are in every square centimeter of every breath of every inch of air, a drop of water in this world. Otherwise, there'd be no life. So, when there's too much of it in your body, you can become sensitized to it. Blah, blah, blah. Things take over. You get sick, you die. You get cancer, whatever. Boom, you're dead, right? Well, there's groups that know this, and they capitalize on it. And I found this out the hard way. But here I am, a couple years later, should have been dead. I heard Sammy Masri on the phone screaming. He screamed. He thought I hung the phone up, evidently. You know how people forget to hang the phone up. And why don't you die? Why don't you die? Mr. Masri, the manager of 2194, also recommended that I take, he came over and he looked quite sour, and he recommended that, and very intently, that to soothe my aching muscles, which he brought up, not me, that I take a bottle of isopropyl alcohol and put it in the water and bathe in that. Now, what he was trying to do was make the isopropyl a driver, so it would go into my skin deeper. That's the poisons already contained in the water, which he knew about, the city knew about, and the city via Gloria Talamontes. Just Google that. Anyway, she screamed, and she's the head of the water and power call-in department, but she told me how the water was, and volunteered it. But I'm not sure if that was being snide or just, genuinely caring and loving and stuff. I'm not sure. So anyway, yeah, she told me that water was contaminated. She said that over and over. You can hear that. Just Google anything that's said, or anything that's stated, or anything that's written. You can Google it now, because it's all over the world. It's gone viral in a lot of instances and different things, but and I didn't mean it to be this way. I was just, after I got surprised by one thing after another with the city and the city's involvement, how they lied to federal agents straight up, trying to destroy my credibility, etc., and to stop this place from being deemed, a hazardous site, which it very well is. It stands vacant today, several years later, 2 years later, more than 2 years later. Boarded up because everyone who's gone over there and worked has gotten ill, sick, what have you. Myself, I feel quite fortunate, lucky to be alive. And I'm grateful. Even though I'm wearing a hat like this, see? Mickey Mouse. Garrett, if you're out there, my chemist. Bless you. One and all. Anyway, there's my arms. They're not quite what they used to be, but I got some muscle tone. I guess it hurts a lot. And yeah, I'm in way better shape. I can just, do lots of things. And things are coming right along. It's been a relatively short period of time that I was forced to use a walker. Yeah. And I'd fall out of that. And just like wreck myself, just trying to get from here to there. Basically, I was like pretty much of an invalid, except for bursts of whatever goodness. Anyway, there we go.
What'd you take to get better?
What I take to get better? Well,
Yeah.
what I took was sodium chloride. Well, see, before I did the sodium chloride, which a genius friend of mine, genius, true genius, found before me, and because I'd done everything, because I had headaches. My head, see my head here, it's, it still retains a little bit of the thing, but you can see it's not. See the shape, the general shape of it. There's a little fuzz on the top there. There we go. It became pointed, and I see people in Pasadena with the pointed skulls, and they're looking like kind of strange and stuff, and they've got a lot of hair loss. They're young, but they got pointy heads. Pointy. I had a pointy head, and you can see that in the pictures and other things, and it was from the extreme pressure. Meningitis does that. It'll change the plates of your head. Put this up a little bit so you don't recognize anything. Yeah. Okay. Pardon me. So basically, my memory is coming back. I'm doing a lot of juicing. Juice is where it's at. You want fresh, raw vegetable juice. And by vegetables, I mean vegetables. Like salad. And you want to grind it up in a blender. Make it real spicy and put lemon juice on everything. Everything. Lots of vitamin C. And that's because the elements that are out there now, loose and have been, but they're being welded as a tool. They don't like that. There's a lot of other things we can do to fix the stuff up in general, but wash your place down if you're having a problem. Wash your place down with baking soda. And drink baking soda and water to ease the pain. And also what happens is it'll energize you after fruit juice with acid in it. I know it makes carbon dioxide, but somehow it oxygenates you. Don't ask me how, but it works. And it works great. But talk to your doctor first. So, and the other thing is milk of magnesia. You don't want to do that. There's an epidemic of brain tumors in that area over there surrounding Corson Street. And basically what it is meningitis, pretty much, my belief. And, it's chemically induced by the water system and other factors that are allowed to exist and promulgated by this wonderful city. There's a lot of good people that live, work, breathe, and pass through Pasadena. And I don't know how. I've known the city for some 23 years, and I don't know how, but it's become a third world city, literally. And the things that are going on to everybody is just off the charts. And, you can choose not to believe me, which I hope you don't. I hope you get just like, upset and say, this is not right. This is BS. And look it up yourself. Look at the city council meetings yourself and ask yourself. You can just look at all of them. They're all on the internet, and you can cross-reference them. And you can get right down to different things. And look where they got rid of the CEQA. That's the clean air and water and all that stuff. They got that out of Pasadena. The board did. city council. They had virtually everything out. And they're in control of the entire shooting, everything. It's a monopoly. There are no outside agencies that can go in there. They don't have jurisdiction. That's the way it is. And the health records, they're covered up. Yeah, Pasadena's got, I think, more brain tumor specialists per capita than they're working out of there than anywhere. I mean, it's they call it cancer clusters when you have things show up. And you can't get data from Pasadena. Everything goes through their health department. One of 3 cities in the entire state of California that have their own health department. The other, I don't know how many cities are in California, 2,000, 2,500. There's a lot. You can Google that right now. All right, while we look that up, I'm going to stop this. It's been really rough, but feeling better and I'm back. Well, most of me is. It's coming. God bless everyone. God bless me. God bless you. God bless the whole world. God blesses everyone. I mean that. And if we all meant something like that, then my eyes closed. That's weird. I gotta watch that. Huh. Yeah, it's retraining everything. Hey, those look like, yeah. Peace. Oh, wait a minute. Elvis glasses. I like Elton John glasses. Hey, look at this. This is like complete concealment almost. You see this? I can't. Hello. Yes, I am here to tell you about a very important announcement. Support your local agency for the promulgation of our dictorum, no matter what it may be. We the people, which is there are 12 of us over here, not you guys, because we're the people. The 12 of us on the city council here. We the people. Right, if you look at it, that's what it says. We voted that we are the people. Not you. We. Now keep that in mind next time you come up with some of that bullshit you motherfuckers can say. Okay? We own your ass. If you don't like it, you can kiss mine. That's right. This is our town, bitch. Yeah, we don't even live here. We voted that shit in 2 years ago. Yep. We voted that shit in 2 years ago. And we don't have to live in the city that we're poisoning. So, the next time y'all want to talk about it, bring it to the city council meeting. We'll take it up in council. There was only one candidate for mayor. in the last election. Democracy at work.